Enrique Nsensem
he can dribble past the players and even dribble the goalpost. Dembele still go.
Sign Bema Munemo, the Muslim open Kuala. Imagine I permanence a diagram.
I think the career is over. Career not to assume.
Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to another exciting edition of VAR Sports Extra here on Studios 2 Television. If and when you see me seated, you know I'm always your host, Grandmaster. I want to bring you what's trending. Yes, the best news. I gather some very, very intelligent sports mind. Yes, from all the way from Mars. If I talk mass, but then people start to laugh for them, I squeeze them back. But then make a no talk much. Sit with me, don't go nowhere. When I come back, we'll talk about Barcelona. Eden Hazard is retiring. I hope you know that. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back after the commercial break.
Gundogan, breakthrough for Manchester City. One man's missile ball coming up with smiling. Oh!
Welcome back from the commercial break. I hear say boys really they bleed. Wow, which boys they bleed? It be some team it they Spain. I'm not gonna mention them names because the moment I mention names, boys they come for me. So I beg you, so the team it they Spain. Yes, it be Real Madrid in rivals. You go be Atletico Madrid, you go be Quick Loan FC. I don't mention anybody in team in name. But we proceed. Like I told you, I have in the studios with me some very great football minds. Mr. Jerry, usual suspect. Chelsea till like DIE. The boys are back.
They will say Chelsea is in our DNA.
The boys are back.
Yeah,
if and when you cut me, I bleed blue.
Charlie, we are back. We are back on track.
On track.
On track. We nearly went off track.
4-1 over the weekend.
This track no go hit.
Fantastic, Charlie.
Mr. Zlatan,
Boss.
the man who teaches football in the University of Harvard in Mass.
Fantastic.
Okomasa aliens no chomo bobo.
Fantastic.
So when we went to gather alien 11 on be feature 8 11s now. Omu coach na Zlatan.
Fantastic.
Ono so ni team aya o say we hu. Odo mo ti Quick Loan FC. Sorry, Barcelona FC. So we hu. Omo no mo
for add some good hashtag to our team.
Pacho till peace na sign on. Pacho till peace. Omo da ye players be cry you omo go to come skate ya salary si ja bo omo.
The Obeka bia me say
what's it? But Zlatan, what happened to Barcelona over the weekend? A quick one before we proceed.
Okay, so quick one over the weekend. FC Barcelona, I'll always say that a team is a good team and a better team. Even with squad depth, a key player is a key player. We are lacking Frankie de Jong. The progressive passing from the guy is no more. We played against Granada, struggling. They went up 2 goals before we came back into the game. We saw Barca swinging all the passes, possession 80 against 20, but we're not able to find the net because we are lacking Robert Lewandowski.
Exactly.
We are lacking our key players, that's all.
Clinical forward absent. Madam for being as a massa munjai paspa go na ya fefe. Go na ya fefe.
Me those things sometimes I don't really agree with people.
You have a transfer window.
You have a transfer window.
You have to know these things can happen.
You could have gotten like 2 or 3 strikers.
Chelsea follow.
Top players. You see, football no. Charlie, top players.
So
top players. Who needs to go with top players? We are relying on excuse be.
Meanwhile, transfer markets. Strikers be on board.
Chelsea won over the weekend.
Not because Chelsea won.
When they struggle. You were here saying that because of Christopher Nkunku is injured, they are lacking a striker. Today you were able to beat Burnley 4-1, so you think Chelsea is okay? Chelsea is okay.
Man City versus Burnley. No, what was the scoreline?
Oh, Man City won. I think 3.
Yes, we won 4.
Odogu
4-1.
So 4-1. Okay, so let's do that.
So you are comparing yourself to Man City.
The permutations. So the permutations.
So we are better than
Chelsea.
Look, we proceed. So over the weekend, fantastic scoreline from England. Oliver, make I give you some quick roundup of the English Premier League. Tottenham 1, Luton 0, Chelsea 4. I repeat, Chelsea 4. Enye April Fool. Chelsea 4. Yeah, Burnley 1. 4. Everton 3. Bournemouth 0. Fulham 3. Sheffield 1. The match of the day: Manchester United versus Brentford. Fantastic substitution by Mr. Eric Ten Hag. Fantastic substitution. Scott McTominay. 87th minute. No, Yinkonya. So after the match, he said something very, very, very interesting. Or say, growing up in Manchester United, there's always one thing you know, say until the referee say prr, yampon. I know say some of the Manchester United fans call it the Fergie time, but say acquire Ten Hag time. So make we proceed. We'll come back to that. We'll say Ataju Obiati there until Mutimayo Mode. Crystal Palace nil, Nottingham Forest nil. Crystal Palace nil, Nottingham Forest nil. I don't know for the investors, no, and Chedanye the crowd because Crystal Palace in Nottingham 0-0 the Mboa.
I know your brother. We even stay Jordan are you to score.
Oh, I can't be fee.
I don't know when the last time Jordan you scored.
Would the Obenya Semo?
Would
the Obenya Semo? Would the Obenya
Semo? The
Semo?
last time you scored. What was the last time?
Make we move quickly to France. Nice ni Monaco this season, you know. Oma imagine say they are first and second position. Omo ma PSG chance say ombe raho at all. Nice 1, Metz nil. Reims 1, Monaco 3. So they maintain their first and second position in that order. Yembra Serie A quickly. Inter 2, Bologna 2, Juventus 2, Torino nil. Genoa 0, AC Milan 1. Genoa 0, AC Milan.
That was a tough game.
Olivier Giroud as the goalkeeper, fantastic. Someone's player to score at any time was in the goal post.
The Ajay miracle.
Obie Trabet said Olivier Giroud score at any time. Asema Bahia the Giroud have continued pool. And when was the last time was the keeper no free back abese go.
Enti ehono ese
won. Odin say go ni ti say Ajay Nkwa wada na bet na she what is cash out.
E ba ne saa no pe na won say ofie for ni hu bi.
Any hu bi
because Saturday na me Nkwa me try say Giroud to score anytime. Na coach see Giroud corner quarter.
But Giroud went into the post like I think
Giroud was a fighter.
80 something minutes or I think 90 minutes.
That is the time Giroud will score the anytime goal scorer for you with the header. But he was in the goal post doing saves. Now he's been added to AC Milan.
I learned United are scouting for a new keeper.
So
I think they are looking at Giroud's performance, I think
over the weekend. So, yes, in Master.
Don't laugh. Why are you calling Andrew Onana Kwa Master?
At least
put a certain respect on the guy's name. Andrew Onana is Andrew Onana.
And on your Kwa Master.
Oh, he's not a Kwa Master. There are flaws, but it doesn't mean he's a Kwa Master.
Okay. As a feeling, see Yabim. My Mbontra. Cadiz, Yembra, Spain quickly. Cadiz nil, Girona 1. Real Madrid, the champions of the world. Real Madrid, Hala Madrid. Team Papa Obo Real Madrid, Obo Bemading. Real Madrid 4, Osasuna nil. The man who keeps proving his doubters wrong, Jude Bellingham. Also league with the Fala league. League near Fala Dodo. Also time I Germany and a man for Kasa. Or by Spain, I won't say league near Fala because so Philly said, Sa record song Kofa 30 set and bet to me the ones is breaking in.
It is not over.
Real Madrid 4. Osasuna nil, Mallorca 1, Valencia 1. Yaman Koye.
Valencia, they are really struggling.
Yaman Koye, Valencia. Sevilla 2, Rayo Vallecano 2. Sevilla 2. When you know Chino, yes, coach. Could join Sack or their family, Sack Nation.
Mandliba, that was a sad news, but you'll take it with a peaceful heart.
We were Ghanaian, so woman a chance now last year of our way mamu. Yeah, they be but for fun, I imagine different with the wise they think differently because every season mouse can say enter the transfer market and spend and bring quality materials to the stadium. Mouse can you see that's why the Ghanaian league keep falling behind. Because so some 2-3 months ago he won you the Europa. So maintain him. By the SCDB go. Quickly to the Bundesliga. Augsburg 1, Darmstadt 2. New boys with new vision. Yeah. Augsburg 1, Darmstadt 2. Borussia Dortmund 4, Union Berlin 2.
Sad results for Union Berlin. Performing.
A team I really admire. RB Leipzig in Suminim their course.
Yeah, Leipzig. After losing from a Champions League against Manchester City, we expected them to bounce back in the league. So sad. Me
personally, as an investor, over the weekend, I cried so hard because 2 penalties on the day, they missed all. Yeah. 2 penalties.
That was very bad from RB Leipzig against VfL Bochum.
2 penalties. Nobody knew how I'm saying rate. Scanache. I was even advising my neighbors on using the rent. No franchise. RB Leipzig to win over 2.5.
Don't do that.
My neighbor. You would have been homeless. Stuttgart 3, Wolfsburg 1, Werder Bremen 2, Hoffenheim. Werder Bremen 2, Hoffenheim. Almost see the baby a league ni kono Oman Kenya omo ho a niama enko yie. Hoffenheim see Debi. Better Bremen. What is happening in Germany? The German Bundesliga, and I said this season, no result, no home for no to me.
Whether Bremen to Hoffenheim
3.
Yeah, so Hoffenheim.
But you know Hoffenheim, man. What there's one thing I learned that it's hard for you to win at your home.
We won't put them away. Away, and I'm going to that no. Let's move quickly to the English Premier League on Sunday. Brighton 2, Liverpool 2.
That's Sunday.
Roberto De Zerbi.
It has been difficult for Liverpool to beat Brighton.
West Ham 2.
It's been difficult for the big teams to beat Brighton.
Se say o kasa abrofo na when you atamfo. Se say yes big teams in Yamana yen can be on.
Yes, still we have big teams.
Yo, yeah, we make we proceed.
No, because you can't tell me say who's a big team, you know, who's not a big team.
West Ham, yo, Matthew, Ubenya, I'm not caught upon. West Ham 2, Newcastle 2. Kudus Day, Kudus game.
Flying over there.
Sharp.
Stoneboy 2 at the stadium.
No,
when you are happy, you know the euphoria and Stoneboy's presence there showed some of the English people who don't even know Kudus that the guy is a star back home to make you start him.
Sir?
No, you know, a lot of people will just watch the reaction of Stoneboy and know that wow, a dancehall artist is here watching this guy. I mean, there's something like that.
You know, proud.
So
before
people,
the game,
people who are saying Stoneboy there was nothing. For
to
Stoneboy
get down, to remove his shirt, to say was nothing there. I feel say
it's something.
Fans or movie other camp.
It's something.
But you know,
it's really something. I mean,
but you know, before the game, the stadium announcer announced the presence of Stoneboy.
Definitely, and so
you know from there,
Ghana Faba how
people will start searching who is Stoneboy. You understand?
So Kudus alongside selling his football dream and helping a brother from the motherland.
Yes, in the stands, he was telling them that when Kudus comes in, he's going to score.
Mm-hmm.
That was a reaction people saw. The guy
it was not a coincidence. He nailed it. Kudus knew that Stoneboy is here. So make I give you one into the future goal.
Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Aston Villa 1. Aston Villa has a form no. Some way because me pesa.
You know Emery even playing bad with the smaller clubs against the big clubs. Watch out for him. Emery. He knows how to tame the big clubs.
But oh yes, and now as a work a mid-table club because to me be Chelsea. Now I'm Liverpool 7. One man you say now I'm not only classmate initiation. Now we see open Hassan. Arsenal 1, the cracker for the weekend.
So the Gunners,
Man City 0.
So Arsenal, Man City, we also at least since 2015 in the league find it difficult to beat Manchester City. And Arsenal beating them. You know, last season they were not able to stand in front of Manchester City, what we expected them to do. So for this season, them showing up, they have the balls and the guts to beat City shows that they can pull a string in the league. They can be part of the top 2 again this season. Either winning it or being the second position again will be for Arsenal.
My league table ni susa say me hu Chelsea and me hu omo ndo yen to aso.
Blue we the geographers know that blue represents water. So if you want to see Chelsea, go down there.
Behind.
Water is down below.
Waka
on the table league, go down there. You see Chelsea.
My shut down was
you can beat me and expect to beat.
My main first time me hu an interest.
Okay.
Omuni first time.
Check the first 10. Chelsea
Omuni first.
Chelsea first 10.
When you go to
scientific funny so
when you go to athletics, they have track events.
Okay.
Now the track events, short distance is there. We have
long distance. So mumu ya long distance runners.
The league is not a short distance. It's a long distance.
Wakasa.
No matter you took it to athletics. No matter how Sherika Jackson runs in a long distance, Shelley and Fraser Price is the winner. So Chelsea
also Wakasa.
Chelsea.
Me pamocho any day ma yementi fire.
By May 2024.
Mourinho was trophies I won in May.
Thank you very much. By May, you will see Chelsea in the top 4.
And say Hona body crime you Obehumia Ferry Obehumia Yento Aswe.
You will see Chelsea.
Yembra France quickly. Marseille 3, Le Havre 0. Brest team ami pom dimbo pan Brest 1.
And we are in October too.
Of course, the month of breast cancer awareness.
Brestois.
And then my team, my friend, they go Toulouse. They be Toulouse.
Toulouse, yes.
They be Toulouse. Brest 1, Toulouse 1. Shocker for the weekend near Lyon against Lorient. 3-3.
And then Nyama got his first goal in the league.
Fantastic player.
He's announcing his presence
fantastic player. Lorient 3, Lyon 3.
But Lyon is not performing this season.
I think so.
They were even leading 3-1.
Yeah, they were leaving.
Their main is almost to third. They are trying to fix in the new boys into the team. Sometimes these things they happen.
Left, so they had to.
They were raided. My main camera phone. They were raided. They were raided by the Vikings.
Oh yeah, Vikings, PSG going there.
Of course,
players.
They were raided.
Bakola left. Yeah.
Lens 1, Lille 1, Rennes 1, PSG 3.
Rennes
1, PSG 3. The boys are back.
They're back.
They are not back. You lose against Newcastle. Then you go back to the league. Beat Rennes 3-1, and you say you are back. Back from where?
Farmers League.
You are still where you are. PSG.
Farmers League.
I think they are back to winning ways. That's what it means.
Winning ways in the league.
They are building
in the league, whether they don't play or they play, they are going to win the league.
They are building momentum.
They are building momentum.
You know, last season, which team was second in? I've forgotten this team. The team.
RC Lens.
Yeah. Lens gave them
a run for their money.
Yes, that's true.
So I think this
let's proceed quickly. We have a lot on board. So Monza 3 in Italy, Salernitana 0, Frosinone 2, Hellas Verona 1, Lazio 3, Atlanta 2, Cagliari 1, Mourinho and his boys 4, Napoli 1, Fiorentina 3. Shocker for the weekend. Yambra Spain quickly. Villarreal 1, Las Palmas 2, Atletico de Madrid 2, Real Sociedad 1, Celta Vigo 2, Getafe 2. Mr. Mason Greenwood announcing his presence
with Borja Mayoral on target. They were able to get a point away.
Fantastic for the boy from England whose dream was almost cut short due to Tokura Bojese.
Due to unfair treatment.
Due to Tokura Bojese.
Due to unfair treatment.
If you are talking about Mason Greenwood's attitude, what happened in Kwalawaha?
Entire America said due to Tokura Bojese because of Nkwala Ninti.
Please.
Me na me ya Kwala me want Greenwood here.
Tokura Bojese na bia ani.
Nti we dey Tokuro. Na we dey Bojese. Ai.
Yanko yenim. Deportivo Alaves 1, Real Betis 1. Not the result I was expecting from the camp of Real Betis though. Granada 2. Quick loan FC. Barcelona 2.
They even came from 2 goals down. They struggled.
It shows a fighting spirit.
So what's it, bro?
To come down to get a point, it's not easy.
You see, there's something you've not noticed.
Tell me about it.
You will see Madrid down by a goal or 2, then they will come back, and then they will win the game.
Clinch the match.
Then people say, "Oh, Madrid."
I know a certain man in the MCR will be very, very pleased with what you are saying.
Forgetting that those teams they are playing with are weaker teams.
Sir?
Yes!
What camera for?
Yes! They are weak. So sometimes you think your team is good. You are playing against Granada, they score you 2. So and then you come back, equalize and think you're fighting spirit.
Grandmaster.
Oh, what's the fighting spirit?
Here, please permit me to use his own words against
Forward.
If Real Madrid win against Getafe and stuff as weaker teams, then Chelsea beating Burnley 4-1 over the weekend. Chelsea also played against a weaker team.
Are we discussing Chelsea? For Chelsea, the whole world knows that Chelsea is building a team.
Then Madrid,
we are not there yet.
I told you
we are not there yet.
You can't buy players for 150 million pounds and tell me you are building.
Chelsea is building a team.
We are building.
You want a triple or one copper captain to be a real estate developer?
Are we?
No,
are we discussing?
You go for a player 100 million.
Let's
tell us that you are building.
Michelle White and then Michelle White.
You are building.
We are talking about Madrid.
If you want
Chelsea, Barcelona, and Tokyo.
No. You see, let's be frank here.
Okay.
Let's be fair.
Like Lampard.
You see, all these teams, Granada, Las Palmas. You see all these teams. When you come back and then beat them, you think, oh, Charlie, my team is no. You have to watch. You see, I've been making some comments at the beginning of this season that Madrid is not there. Like their team is not that strong. And
Okay.
people don't take it serious. They think, oh, you don't like the Madrid team. You don't like me. I like Barca. But I'm being frank here. If you are down,
The moment you say I like Barca, you spoil the whole conversation.
Yeah. No Madrid fan will listen to what you're saying.
I like Barca.
Okay.
The reasons why I like Barca, you don't know.
Tell me about it.
I like their style of play.
Definitely.
You understand? Not that I hate
The
Madrid.
Madrid style of play. Madrid, we play progressive football.
No,
We don't have time. We don't have time to test the feet of all our 11 players.
But this season, they are not living up to it.
I'll come back to you. Let's proceed. There's one team currently in Germany, or so as a Kenyan nipan. I see lonely at the top, lonely. Xabi Alonso, the boys, Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Fantastic players by all standards.
Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen this season. You see the midfield of Florian Wirtz, Ezekiel Palacios from Argentina. The attack is also on point. And what I like about this team is that if you go to their defensive yard, they have 3 Africans. Kosuno at the right side, Jonathan Tah in the midfield, although he's not an African.
Mr. Stopsoba.
At the left back, Edmond Tapsoba of Burkina Faso. You know, playing with these guys, Xabi Alonso building their courage for them to fight for the Bundesliga. It is early days yet for me to say they are fighting for it, but they are at the top at the moment. Xabi is building the portfolio, a very good CV for Real Madrid. If you don't know, he fits in for Real Madrid.
Victor Boniface.
You know,
fantastic striker by all standards.
Fantastic striker. Fantastic. You know, for JJ Okocha to say that Nigeria, the Super Eagles having Boniface is a beef and a good improvement for the national team of Nigeria. It means the guy has value.
Good headaches we like to get in our Black Star national team.
Oh no. Don't do that, because Nigeria, they can have all the cluster of players. Ghana is Ghana.
I mean,
we
listen,
can even use how to go to go and beat Nigeria.
With the sort of competition they are facing in the striking department, you know,
the problem is that
strikers giving you goals each and every week.
Hope you know the competition is far away, Europe.
Of course.
Nigeria with their squad, thick and thin. Ghana, even with hard to folk first 11, we will beat them. The rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana.
It's not going to be that always.
It is always. Even just recently, Otuado dropped them.
Leverkusen 3, Cologne 0.
Yeah, a deserving win.
Bayern 3, Freiburg 0.
Yeah, sad.
No hurricane on the day.
Yeah, and you know, something bothers me much about Freiburg.
Okay.
They went in for a certain Daniel Kofichre from St. Pauli last 2 seasons. The guy came, he was proven in the Europa League, but unfortunately he was injured. And still Kofichre is on recovery. They miss him in their midfield. Although Freiburg are still on form with Endo, they are playing very well. But I think Kofichre will come back stronger and fit into the squad.
Sitting 9th on the table.
Freiburg, one of the teams.
They are early days yet. I think
they are early days yet. Freiburg, one of the fantastic teams in the Bundesliga.
They have a good team.
Well, let's proceed. Eintracht Frankfurt 2. Heidenheim 0.
So
that's the team I used to support.
Eintracht
Frankfurt. Randall Colomoeni's Eintracht Frankfurt.
Because I learned Ghana's best striker ever.
Ever?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Who was that striker?
Tony Yeboah.
Tony
Yeboah. Yeah.
Yemfa league in Mumpense and let's proceed to matters of the day. Breaking news reaching my doorsteps. Eden Bemaba Hazard has retired. Fantastic player by all standards. If you want to sing praises to the name of Eden Hazard, you might have to omit Real Madrid when you are talking about Eden Hazard. Because I thought the move to Real Madrid has to be investigated by the FBI. Whatever happened to the player that moved from Chelsea to Real Madrid? Of course, as a Europa League winner, moving from Chelsea to Real Madrid. On a high note, most of us thought, okay, this is it. This is Eden Hazard. This is Real Madrid at that very time. So it's a match made in heaven. When to me and Shetten goes simple. I think the move from Chelsea to Real Madrid has to be investigated. All the major investigation bodies has to come on board and investigate what happened to Eden Hazard at Real Madrid. Mr. Jerry, let's start with you. Eden Hazard cost time off to his playing career.
Hangs his boot. But I think it's a right decision because you could see that nothing was working for him. Nothing was working. I think Eden Hazard has played his part. I think he played all his football in Chelsea. Chelsea took everything out of him. Yeah. He was really drained from in Chelsea, and I think he has done his part.
But Chelsea made good money of him.
Yeah, Chelsea made good money out of him because Charlie, see a football and was coming Obidi make his cow because people are also coming.
You deserve whatever you are getting from Brighton.
Yeah. I think Hazard, Charlie, top 10 players, best players
in the world.
In the world. I think the guy should be part. YB and
Obobibi.
Yeah. And the way I all retire now is not I'm the last days of Hazard now but Charlie, I think say if you are a footballer, things like this you have to pick lessons out of it. Okay, going to a new club, you need to set some goals, what you have to achieve there.
Definitely.
You understand? It's a big club. Real Madrid is a big club. So going to Real Madrid, Charlie, you have to set some bigger goals for yourself. But I think
the Chelsea mindset now they call Madrid, no?
Yeah, you can't compare Chelsea to Madrid. Madrid is a big club. For that one, Charlie, no matter what I would say about Madrid, you can't take that away from them. They're a big club. You don't go there and then mess up. You could see the first season of Hazard, his body language. Chelsea said, "This guy will fail." That time now, I don't know what's. I think something really went wrong with his management and stuff. And actually, we're hanging the boot. Maybe he will go into coaching or some football management or. I think he will still be in football. Sure.
Definitely. Zlatan, what do you think about his retirement, Eden Hazard?
So, Eden Hazard retiring, I think sad news for the football fraternity, but first, I acknowledge Eden Hazard, his personality. You know, everything started when he left Chelsea to Real Madrid. But one thing that Hazard did that I think he didn't help himself was, at Real Madrid, they were having big players, Toni Kroos on board, Luka Modric on board. You know, since 2019 that he left, Eden Hazard at Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti will tell you that this player is competing with one of the best wingers, one of the best dribblers of the ball, Vinicius Jnr. at that time. Carlo Ancelotti preferred Vinicius Jnr. ahead of Eden Hazard. You know, most people outside there will be accusing Carlo Ancelotti for the downfall of Eden Hazard. How we expected Eden Hazard to be at the bar. Because Eden Hazard at the Santiago Bernabeu was once compared to Lionel Andre Messi Cucitini of FC Barcelona. Everyone thought that he is coming in to fill in the shoes of Cristiano Ronaldo.
He even took the jersey.
But what happened to Eden Hazard in perspective? Let's analyze it. Jose Mourinho said something back in 2015 about Eden Hazard. Mikel Obi said something about Eden Hazard. All the players, even Mourinho said, he gets on the pitch every morning but does not work more. Yeah. Awful training. You know, so at Chelsea, they know what you can do at the training grounds. Even if you don't train, they know you are a big game player. You can play the match for them. You give them the winning goals. But at Real Madrid, you don't expect them to rely on your awful training at training grounds to give you the first 11 slots. You are playing against Vinicius Jnr. You are competing with Vinicius Jnr. A political coach in Carlo Ancelotti, you expect him to say you are Eden Hazard, so I'll bench him from Vinicius for Eden Hazard. No, you have to train. You have to prove to Real Madrid that you are in for business. But when he went there, he also increased in weight. It got to a time, Eden Hazard was sent to the Castilla, the junior side of Real Madrid, to train. The report from the junior side was that Hazard Obe dribble junior boys. He was not even able to dribble past the junior guys. Let's put Real Madrid aside. El Clasico in perspective. He went to Real Madrid in 2019. Every player goes to Barcelona, Real Madrid with the target of playing that rivalry game, that chaos game, that chaotic game, El Clasico. Rafinha Diaz Beloli of Leeds went to Barcelona. He has enjoyed El Clasico. Players move and they enjoy the El Clasico. Jude Bellingham is ready for the El Clasico. Eden Hazard,
a match he will score a hat-trick in.
No, don't say that. Let me continue with my analysis.
don't say that.
Don't tell me that Jude Bellingham will score a hat-trick against Barca. No, let me continue. You know, Eden, please. You know, one thing is for sure. Jude Bellingham will go against the big clubs. He was nowhere against Atletico. So he will be nowhere against Barcelona.
It's a one-off.
One-off. Let me continue. Eden Hazard in 2019, since he left to Real Madrid, he didn't even play a single minute in El Clasico. It shows that if the coach is not willing to play you the player, what are you also putting on board? Are you relying on I am Hazard from Chelsea? Are you relying on the love and the responsibility that Belgium national team gives to you? No. He can be on the sidelines, warm up for about 30 minutes. You never kick the ball.
A friend of mine
Eden Hazard.
A friend of mine said the only time Eden Hazard will feature in Clasico is about PlayStation will feel.
Just look at that. Just look at that. Let's put that aside. And it's very pitiful, pitiful for me. Very shameful, let me say it that way. For Eden Hazard to move to Real Madrid and never to take the El Clasico, the biggest rivalry in football. Let me take it from there.
Or a blogger.
Even with this shambolic traits, I cannot even say performances because we didn't see him more in the white jersey.
One share 5 impo.
So let's move down to Belgium national team. The Belgium national team knew what you can do. They know Eden Hazard, so they trust him. They still giving him a call up. Just recently at the Qatar World Cup, it was not for the Belgium national team. For Eden Hazard to talk against defenders like Jean Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld tells you that the internal politics in the Belgium national team is not even helping the player. Roberto Martinez was ready to sacrifice his dignity, was ready to sacrifice the Belgian football for Eden Hazard to start and play at the World Cup. Meanwhile, we know the guy is not on form at Real Madrid. It shows you how they wanted to revive the talent and the ball playing mentality, the super talented Eden Hazard that we know. The only man who brought the juice in the blue shirt, Chelsea. Every Chelsea fan loves Chelsea because of Hazard. So for Eden Hazard, sad news hitting the football fraternity. Retiring. 32 years. For Hazard, one thing that I like about his personality is that he went to the World Cup. It was not well. Right after the World Cup, he retired from national team football. Are you senior player like Eden Hazard at the Belgium national team? They were not even able to bench him at Qatar World Cup. It shows you that the player, he will play on any day, notwithstanding the coach who is in charge. But he saw that no, so I have to retire from the national team. This is the time I have to spend with my family. I think football now is over. 16 years for Eden Hazard in the football world. From Lille, France, he came to Chelsea. We've seen Eden Hazard at the pedestal. But painfully, the bar at Real Madrid, he was not able to hit the target. Carlo Ancelotti plays a part, but I think Eden Hazard at a point in time did not also put things on board very well for himself. If they say you don't train at Chelsea, don't compare yourself to Lionel André Messi of Barcelona. Barca, they know what Messi can do. They'll give him the ball. Messi carried FC Barcelona for years. You are coming in from Chelsea. You expect Toni Kroos to leave his shooting skills to give you the ball. No, you have to work for the ball. You have to prove to the team that they need you on board. But it got to a time, Eden Hazard was like a refugee at Real Madrid. He was just at the training ground. There was no happiness for Eden Hazard at Real Madrid. So for the guy, I respect his personality. For Eden Hazard to retire, so sad. But Beckham is saying, Eden Hazard had a good career, but I will never choose him over Angel Fabian Di Maria in terms of career. But as a better player, better dribbler, holder of a team, I'll choose Eden Hazard. So retiring, sad news hitting the football fraternity.
Okay, so let's proceed. Champions League winner, 2 times Premier League champion, 2 times La Liga champion. La Liga champion. 2 times La Liga champion, League 1 champion, 623 appearances, 167 goals, 157 assists.
Fantastic. He was a fine player.
All the best in your future endeavors.
And he'll be a good coach. He'll be a good coach. But my problem is that when he was a player as a pro,
no training.
You didn't like training.
And then I want
so when you are a coach,
and
and then you
Obi here lazy. Obi catch
and then this Oba Italy, ebe fa Italy physios now. Omo a coach ipo o masem bebrebe, Pochettino po o masem bi. Omo physios na omo do be here adwuma ko to tia.
Obi dwane sa na wa bodan.
Afi player no oteso sa o say ha my bread.
Okay, quickly let's proceed. Mohammed Kudus.
Okay.
Shines over the weekend for West Ham. One of the games, most talked about games over the weekend, West Ham versus Newcastle, 2-2 on the day. Mohammed Kudus is proving to the world that he deserves that move from Ajax to West Ham. Mohammed Kudus over the summer transfer window was torn between Everton. At a point in time, we're hearing Mohammed Kudus to Brighton. At a point in time, we're hearing Mohammed Kudus to Manchester United. Chelsea was in the frame too, but Mohammed Kudus ended with West Ham. Fantastic player by all standards. We already know what Mohammed Kudus can do. Zlatan, let's start from your end. Okay. Are you surprised he's shining for West Ham?
I'm not surprised. Mohammed Kudus, the Ghanaian dream, the Ghanaian boy from Nima. Kudus is a very fantastic player.
Per what the West Ham manager wants us to believe.
So David Moyes says something. You know, Kudus from right to dream, not just land. Kudus to Ajax. Kudus is already a complete player. Kudus has tasted football at the highest level, World Cup for the Black Stars. Kudus shows prowess at Ajax. Kudus left Ajax. Ofri honom no 7 matches ni Ajax 4 years and it is going to be very difficult for the Dutch team Ajax to acknowledge the fact that without Kudus, without some of their key players, they are struggling because he's a black. And you Kudus nkwa free honom. Edwin Alvarez munina free Ajax. Let's talk about David Moyes. Kudus is not getting the starting lineup in the EPL, but he features in the Europa League. We saw him playing very, very fantastic against Freiburg. It tells you that Mohammed Kudus is a fine player. Kids around West Ham, kids around the Ions. The Ions are crying for Mohammed Kudus to start in the EPL. The only difficult thing for the coach David Moyes to do is that he is going to compete with a certain fantastic Brazilian player from the French League in the person of Lucas Paqueta.
Fantastic player by all standards.
Paqueta, Abba. He shows his prowess already. Paqueta just said, oh, he's good. They've won an European trophy with Paqueta. Paqueta is a fantastic player for David Moyes. So if you are in the shoes of Paqueta, what will you do? I will then give the competition between Paqueta and Kudus a chance. I'll start Mohammed Kudus in an EPL game. I'll let the guy enjoy even 45 minutes in the game. Is enough. Because we know West Ham, they have Gerard Bowen on the side. Thomas Susek will play. Antonio, Pablo Fornals can come on, Said Benrahma. They have a well, good and collected and compact team. But Kudus bring in, he spices the team with his creativity. Don't forget, as a Ghanaian, Paqueta also does that very, very well.
But you see, this is where it gets difficult. I rejected 70 million pounds from Manchester City. So Paqueta.
Okay, wait. So
this is what brings the headache.
So if you are David Moyes, it will be difficult for you to bring Lucas Paqueta.
Of course.
For Kudus. But right now, the fans are calling for it. It is not only the fans. Kudus himself is putting himself up there that he is ready to play. How can David Moyes tell us that Mohammed Kudus is a player for the future? When is the future? The future is now. The future is now. Mohammed Kudus is already brought up by Ajax. Mohammed Kudus is a complete player from Ajax. By West Ham. Say he's a player for the future.
Or Champions League.
The man is playing the Champions League already. He has started national team football at the World Cup.
Scored against Liverpool.
And you are here to tell us that Kudus is a player for the future. It is high time that he gives that healthy competition in the team for Kudus and the Lucas Paqueta to compete. Don't put him on the bench mostly.
A certain little bird is telling me that per the Man City contract fracas with Paqueta, West Ham and Man City, don't you think the contract might have been altered because player no City almost 75 million pounds and I want then you were asking for something around 85 now. Guardiola Beckham say a level of Man City drew no, they are not willing to go into some sort of transfer ransom from any club, so they should keep their player. Yes, of course. So I want to believe, say, due to that, some way somehow, Paqueta is a bit untouchable at West Ham.
So if you tell me that Paqueta is a bit untouchable, we all knew that there was Paqueta. David Moyes, you agreed for Kudus to join the club, meaning he had plans for who? Mohammed Kudus.
FA Cup.
Me patrol ultimate can't show the Mohammed Kudus bebo FA Cup. We need the guy to be playing day in and day out. Mohammed Kudus in the EPL is going to be very fantastic. He's going to prove to us that Anthony of Manchester United is nothing. Mohammed Kudus is better than Anthony on any day. The problem is that Anthony is Brazilian. Into United management and stuff. But to hold on. Any day, we'll come ahead of Anthony.
We'll come back to that. Don Jerry, what do you think about the whole Kudus movement at West Ham?
Kudus is a fantastic player, and I said yesterday. I think yesterday around this time, I was on one WhatsApp platform. In fact, people were saying that Kudus is just an average player who is not there. And Charlie, the guy is proving that
anybody who calls Kudus an average player hasn't don't understand the game.
And the problem we the black Charlie is our color. That's the problem we have.
Of course.
And the passport that you hold.
Tell us so
Hey. Someone is holding a Brazilian passport. You are holding a Ghanaian passport.
You want to talk football. You are me for Ghana.
You get it.
If it was boxing, you said I'm from Bukom. Everybody knows.
That one there. But when it comes to football, Ufi Brazil, Ufi France, Ufi say.
That's Ufi Nima.
What is it? Ufi. You see, but from what I heard was that Moyes was not interested in
Kudus.
It was the management that brought
that is very much understandable.
Yes. That's why he's not starting him. Because it's like the guy is not parting it.
Oh, yeah, mistake. Or the Nibemu 90 plus 1 crop.
Kudus. You understand? We've forgotten that the same thing happened to this guy when he was at Ayas with
the former manager. Yes.
Former manager. The guy kept him on the bench. Sometimes you give him 10 minutes. 10 minutes you score.
Playing Steve Bergwijn ahead of him. Yes.
He will come in 10 minutes and he will score.
It got to a time. Brian Brobe was
you see, so he will prove that I'm better than
he's worthy.
You understand?
But you know, one quality that makes Kudus exceptional, and I say he can play as a registrar and also a trequartistra. You know, Kudus can play as the person who will conduct the team. We are going left, we are going right. If you like playing ahead of your pivotal player, playing ahead of maybe Thomas Tuchel, he will give you that looping passes. Mohammed Kudus, senior man, the same thing happened to him at Ajax Amsterdam. It got to a time now, Brian Brobe, Eboja Kudus. They were struggling. Kudus Beba 90 plus 7, no a winning goal. It tells you that Kudus has the quality. It is high time that the coach David Moyes will take that decision. The competition is in.
But then this is my problem with management and agency when it comes to handling footballers' career. One way or the other, if you are not a top professional like Mohammed Kudus is, it would definitely hurt your career.
Fantastic, that's true.
Because you always come from the bench.
Yeah.
I faced this at Ajax. Coming to a new club at West Ham, I'm facing the same problem. Don't you think the agents of Mohammed Kudus are also not helping him? Because we've seen players sign contracts that curtail that I have to play.
Yeah. I have to be in the starting 11.
We know players who have contracts like that.
Yes.
So maybe
we've seen contracts like Havertz.
That's what I'm saying. Havertz, what passport is Havertz holding?
A German passport.
What passport is Kudus holding?
My uncle. So you see, I sit back.
I don't want to build my point on maybe racism and stuff.
I sit back and I ask myself, okay, so this agent, when you were brokering the deal, couldn't you instead in that this player you are signing has to play?
Baby, I will feedback so come to you. Baby, I will feedback. If you Ghana contract to the defender, you understand?
Because we also
that is what I'm trying to say is that baby Kudus free no count a Ghanaian against a Brazilian, a Ghanaian in the EPO. But what I'm trying to say is that baby free will not determine your fate in some positions, in some times, because Kudus is proving even with 3 minutes, 2 touches of the ball that he can do something, he can do wonders, and the team is journeying. Irons are crying. West Ham for a souffle.
Say, come on, you
Irons. You know, Stockwell was there to watch him. You know, so if you are David Moyes, it is hard time say. Whether you like it or not, you give the competition there for Mohammed Kudus to play to start for West Ham United. Arrest my case.
With Moyes to create a position for the guy. As a winger.
Yeah, he can play
as a false 9. A friend is saying, Anthony Jnr. Your man the boy not to train here.
Frankly, David Moyes was Anthony
because of
play Paqueta and play Kudus.
It makes sense because of time factor. No, let's fire quickly. Paul Pogba, in whom some sema betudra. Paul Pogba,
Paul
Pogba betudra. Paul Pogba. Abrantier no looks like the playing days. I'm not hoping would happen, but it's almost coming to an end at age 30.
Yeah, so
Paul Pogba doping. You see what Fafanyama or Fomedi. In street terms, no Paul Pogba Fanyama or Fomedi. Fireman is later.
Paul Pogba's career and how things have turned up. They say from Embra or call Manchester United. And Manchester for United with Mourinho and things. Pogba Samba Juventus. French national team ubeti yesini nua nemu adro Tobia Kosu Griezmann and Mbappe in the national team brand, you know. And returning from injury, you shouldn't forget say science for Bekacho say chemicals ye di adro no. Enye ni na new chemicals ye beka say udi alcohol heaven no. Etoda chemicals are be doping test. Ni ebe chu say a bad chemical no. Sa chemical no ye di fra amoxicillin kura me ayede yanom. Sa chemical no ye di fra brufen ene ne ekeka ka ho artemether lumefantrine am ayede ben yanom.
To nya malaria na ofi bika to nya bi.
Chemical ni bi. Ya malaria no mundro ye doping test and ke be ye so illegal se mo che.
Anka we nya bi ni nimtri bi we bi ni de na wo posa na wo no a champion yi.
The problem with Paul Pogba here is that we're injury for a long time getting back. I feel like doctors, physios, or share the guy's health. Help, and you saw you know, football is a game that the guy wants to enjoy again. He says something. You can get money, and money can break bonds between families and friends. Money can let people hate you. Pogba, one of the happiest moments in Pogba's career was 2018 World Cup at Russia. Winning the World Cup aside N'Golo Kante, Blaise Matuidi, Antoine Griezmann, and then
no happier moment.
That was the happiest moment for Paul Pogba in his career. So at least from that time he wanted to bounce back. He from Manchester United and far back to Juventus. Injury. One no ndro ne bi. Ya wo no mpaniam wa de ben. Ne ho atono. So nanke advisable say Massimiliano Allegri emma Abrantier na nyeden embo ball ntem. Give him a space of 1 month, 2 months recovery. No, let him enjoy the recovery. So after the recovery, he goes for additional tests to prove that all the panaceas, the solutions, the medics are recover from injury. No, he's clean. His blood is clean for football. He played in the Italian Serie A right after injury. Adro papa na ebo Pogba man recover. We shouldn't forget that chemicals and mixtures, they compound things. You know, you can't just break them down easy. So for me, Paul Pogba doping test 4 years, man. I think the career is over. Career not to ensure, but Paul Pogba will be Paul Pogba that we knew at Russia 2018. The physios and his medics and doctors didn't help him right after recovery. Now can say Maximiliano Allegri, a man ball against in the Serie A so early. Now can so first half new year. Now Brantier you say no tunnel. And this doping test issue, it was even an internal issue before coming out.
Of course.
So there are people at the Juventus
I feel like
sabotaging the guy.
They set him up to fail.
Do you know the painful thing? Juventus are going to take drastic measures to take his
pay cut. He's somewhere around 400 and something thousand a year.
Yeah, so about 2,000 a month. So what is here? So Paul Pogba's downfall. Many things concluded, but Paul Pogba will be Paul Pogba that we saw at the Russia World Cup 2018.
As things stands now, what do you think about the Paul Pogba case?
Yes, it's sad because a fantastic midfielder by all standards, Charlie. One of the best midfielders of our generation. But I think you see Paul Pogba issue, you know, ABB. Tama on any brothers name some by, I think that's where the career ended. Because you know,
if you fear,
yeah, you know, because wow brother
Cobra from the house.
You understand? Wow brother. So Charlie, I think that was where the career but I think he shouldn't give up. I think he shouldn't give up. He shouldn't give up. No. He shouldn't give up. Like Obi
on fighting case,
Yes. No, not even fighting the case. Keep on training. What I say. people of your age are still playing football. Some are in Saudi. What I say, big money is in Saudi. So Juventus, Masa, Saudi.
Omunji scanning finish
Masa, quick, Poba. Who's cry? Who hairstyle cry? $1 million.
10K.
Hey, Masa.
That's it. Make raining to fire quickly. Vinicius Jnr. Let's see new contract. Release clause saying $1 billion.
So he deserves it. He deserves it. Because Mami's our comparison with her. It's about Vinicius Jnr.
Of course.
But I want to compare him with a player I call the Mosquito, Ousmane Dembele. You know, Vinicius Jnr. about Real Madrid in his first season. We saw Vinicius Jnr.
Of course, poto.
He will dribble. Net no onim as if he was
I nearly killed him in one match. Yeah, to me body power TV Sumani can make Vinicius.
But he will not find the back of the net. But after just a season, he was able to learn and adjust to football in Europe that you have to dribble and score. You are not playing samba football in Brazilian soil. Until Osuya said yeah, the ball and all the behind aka ho. So Vinicius Jnr. is one of the trusted players for Real Madrid now. So $1 billion release clause, understandable. In the case of Ousmane Dembele, the guy was the best holder of the ball in Borussia Dortmund. He can hold the ball, dribble past 6 players, shot 6 players, and give the ball to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the Gabonese, to score. And Nunti FC Barcelona ekofano. But Dembele ebayeno. Dembele miyati say injury obepra. Edrumrebi disciplinary issues. Barcelona paying for because Dembele loves playing FC 23 near account video games. He's always on the console. He doesn't sleep.
Dembele bepra.
FC Barcelona. Akovagano. Every Barcelona fan knows that Dembele is not a goal scorer. He can dribble and he can dribble past the players and if you dribble the goal post, Dembele is a goal. He's not a goal scorer. So what I say? We expected Dembele to even understand Barcelona because Barca Yakovanache to stay. But he left because of the link. The link between the French boys and their PSG. He went to PSG. Or called PSG just recently. PSG against Newcastle. He can dribble. Only Nick Pope. No, Bobo, no, Nick Pope. He will never score. Dembele is not a goal scorer. So for me, on any day, I'll say Vinicius Jnr. $1 billion risk clause is because Vinicius Jnr. upgrading. I'm a better wingers. Vinicius Jnr. is not now just a dribbler. He add goals, numbers. He will outsmart player and score. He will create chances. Dembele will create and never score. You see, PSG to Amkoto Dembele no me see a scam. Omuntiasie. Dembele, over 5 games or more assist. Coach,
you see, supporters would have to pay to watch Dembele because he's a delight to watch, but the goals will come.
The goals will come when Dembele Babetina FC Barcelona over 5 years. 5 years. If it is not injury, it is dribble, my boss say no. So to me, Vinicius Jnr., if now Real Madrid acknowledge the fact that he's an untouchable player for us, giving him the release clause of $1 billion. Now Barca Gavi cry man $1 billion. Pedri Yaman $1 billion. It is a Vinicius Jnr. of Real Madrid and a $1 billion release clause. It is very understandable. But me the example. You can't talk about FC Barcelona over here. I'm here. Fire. We are talking about Vinicius Jnr. Don't go to Barca players, please.
Almost hopeless in your $1 billion. Players are going for free. $1 billion.
Pacho. Pedri from La Masia. And Pedri is a fantastic player. Gavi, fantastic player. Lamine, fantastic player. Good. You understand?
Baldi.
One problem about Baldi, fantastic player. One problem about you people. So their release code deserve to be $1 billion. You know, Andres Christiansen, the whole world, Bas and Yema Moussa Branch a player, solid player.
So Okasa Christiansen a fantastic player.
Christians, what else? You people respected Christians.
Oh, what are you saying? Did you check out the competition between Shotim and Yekita?
You never give him minutes.
Oh man, it's not about minutes.
But I think it's okay. I rest my case. Make you continue.
Fire mommy, quickly. Vinicius
Jnr.
Chelsea don't go Christiansen.
Vinicius, what fantastic winger. I think the best winger in the world, right?
Of course. The UEFA they are not fair to him for not including him in some of this their nominees and their trophies.
He's the best winger, but on who says sometimes like Guru Kakrao. But he's the best winger in the world at the moment. And then release clause of $1 billion. And that means some more catcher will say
member ho.
This is Saudi for.
Omukrampo a member.
Saudi for.
One bill, tia. Na Mbappe crowd, then I know woman. Tia is easy. Oh, yeah, mistake, and that's Roberto next week.
Unless the player decides to you understand? Because when it comes to these things, the player also has to say. Just send you beat me because you the Chelsea na me pay. Me nko baby ah. Who is can so Chelsea na me pay.
Also on board.
You get it. Release clause. And American the team be cry the players no. Almost standard.
Of course. Omunje.
And 1 billion.
Omunje.
Release clause at so 2 billion from the two so crank
yeah.
Because Charlie the guy masa unsa me no me pay football. Me nyese me bias. Sa Madrid nya dia America. Sa Barca nya dia America. Chelsea nya dia America. What they say? Until you play a new honor boboa, Mecca, Vinicius, he deserve it. It's a Haaland, and the American.
Then proceeding. Before I draw the curtains, what is happening to Barcelona this season? A team like Chelsea, Manchester United, injuries. England.
Yeah.
If you come to the Spanish La Liga and so you replica Barcelona.
Injuries.
What is happening? Because over the weekend, Jules Koundé, so I can't listen. And so I'm hearing some 4 to 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Wow.
And so it's safe to say 2 months.
It's safe to say 2 months.
2 months.
But some register players.
Let's continue with the topic.
Insurance or internet sign players. So for me quickly, Barcelona, what's happening?
Well, I think once the injuries are part of the game. What I say, injuries are part of the game. And sometimes along the within the season, there are injuries popular. But most of the times, say injuries should not happen to our key players. But you know, we determine injuries, What I say, we know we determine injuries now. And Kabaka say, if anything. Me players no money there no on the injuries income no monko if anything bench but
I was watching the preseason match between Chelsea and Dortmund time and Kuku prior only the guy be ultimate check or see your car say mun sign be mo na mo de musu mo penkwala be imagine ago permanence e dia bra wa ko fa nkwala be omo na mu fi so
injuries there everything about anytime what I say but Barcelona, I know say they will get replacement for all these players, and
some of the players are irreplaceable. Some of the players,
yes, some of them, and more Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, I think they
star man.
I think their last the game
Champions League, Porto.
He scored,
of course.
Yes, so I think they should give him the
Mr. Barcelona. Quickly before I draw the curtain.
So. I repeat it again. If you are a Barca fan, Okoda Bompire, say Alpha Poa Udia Bompire, because injuries as I hit here camp. Sad news, Jules Koundé will be out for about 4 to 5 weeks. I think it would be right to say 2 months.
Of course.
2 months. And we are in for the bid. We want to compete in the La Liga, defending champions. We want to win again. On say Adebako FC Barcelona, we are struggling as that. No matter how you have the squad depth, even Manchester City with their squad depth are struggling because some of the key players are not around. You can talk of KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones. Let's put it down. Go to FC Barcelona. Our key players are not with us. We played against Granada over the weekend and we were struggling. Ube to me who say Gavi was exhausted like what bread. Pedri had the same fate. Pedri eba fufrono. He played and was exhausted. Emma from FC Barcelona, World Cup Euro qualifiers. 1 year and ye kase onkobo Olympics no di America. He's young, energetic. Opra and Enuano. Pedri enyan recover. He's still on recovery. Gavi so face the same fate. Wa ma Spain national team mpo obe benching kokrafo no na Gavi abo. He's young. Instead of the teams to know how to manage the young blood, Mojasho know how to manage Enkolano yenye de ben. Ye manage you omo.
Na so born a boy any day.
So what so if you are young and you are playing, it is up to the team to manage you very well, or else at that 19
you burn out.
If you get injured, it will be very difficult for you to bounce back. Let's take it from there. Go to the Spanish national team. They are also a focal point of draining FC Barcelona players. And the players also have delight in future for the national team.
I don't understand. They like to drain the national
Just recently, Omafre collapse for qualifiers, I think Euros. Left back 2 pair, Frank Garcia of Real Madrid and then Alejandro Balde of FC Barcelona. Obviously, Balde Bebwaja, Frank Garcia, Balde Moja Bekwako. You come back to Barcelona. He's not even up to 21. We expect this guy to be running helter-skelter for 2 clubs. National team and then FC Barcelona.
Oh, baby, I say Asemna Kofa.
So one
thing agenda na a national team. So Barcelona players.
So one thing is that FC Barcelona, even with our coach in notion, this season our away games are very poor. We play short passes. I always say the Spanish philosophy theology from Johan Cruyff, Ababesi Xavi. So he enjoyed it with Guardiola. Aka touch and play, touch and go. Against Granada, FC Barcelona, you ball possession 80, Granada ball 20.
And now Bastian Schweinsteiger share or say Guardiola say German football.
Do you know the painful thing? Barca expected goals, expected SG 3.35, meaning and can see a Shakra 3 goals. Painfully, team money expected SG 0.41. That's 2 goals.
Only do 2-0.
Now for you, we found ourselves wanting because a key player, as I said, no matter how your team is good, no matter how you have the squad depth, a key player is a key player. Manchester City team can't say or squad depth into against Liverpool, Scott Carson, Embeda, na Edesi Morales, and Cotina bench. FC Barcelona team can't say or squad depth into against team maybe a Real Madrid. Mark Andre Ter Stegen, Entina bench. Na fe Inaki Pina, and I say as Obimbeda. So what is here? This is where it comes to the coach for you to create new mechanism, new tactics to win. But against Granada over the weekend, Xavi was out of options. He didn't know what to do. The man looked clueless on the touchline. We were playing against Granada, not even a shot from the back of the 18-yard box. It is only the touch, go. Kundesu Epra. We are heading towards the El Clasico, a big rivalry against Real Madrid. I see a shot near 3 points. But so sadly, against Granada, somewhere from the 70th minute to the 90th. Now Ronald Araujo, a defender, only surge forward because he is ready to play out balls for them to head. I always say, if you lack progressive players in your team, you will struggle. Frankie de Jong is the only player with that profile. Play progressive football, passing football. It is either he will run with the ball towards the opponent's yard to get a goal, to create a goal. He plays like a registrar. Onyabona, he knows when to leave the ball, when to play the ball, and when to tap. Pedri enyesa mau, Gavi enyesa mau. Until Frankie Epra, we see Barca struggling painfully. Xavi me call away. No, I can say or your trials, or your reshuffle. No benching the main striker, Robert Lewandowski. Obia Opri Gokin was about 5 goals. Jude Bellingham, or midfielder playing that role, is scoring up to 8. No, a bench Lewandowski. So to me, coaching reasons, Barca. Managerial reasons, Barca. And injuries, and so FC Barcelona.
A quick one before I close. Xavi, I think he hasn't really handled the Barcelona team well during the summer transfer window because your coach our foresight, Frank Kessie, Manenko.
Yeah, Frank Kessie.
We also saw Frank Kessie at AC Milan. Sometimes we like to support the teams, but we hate to criticize them. Look at your midfield setup. You let a player like Frank Kessie leave.
Another big problem, but I have to hit there very hard.
And then go into a season, there always has to be replacement. I like a team that when you watch their bench now, you panic.
Like Chelsea.
What is like Chelsea? You want a perfect example?
When Usha bench now, you panic as a player because sometimes, if there's one thing I have noticed about footballers, they say, if there is no proper competition from the bench now, they don't give their all. I watched Chelsea over the weekend against Burnley. Michel Raheem Sterling. At the bench, no Yare, he wasn't fit to. At the bench, no share Mukhailo Modric against Fulham. And I say, hey, Akwe, Saman Kenya me one, me be abone be chepa. The match when he recovered Obey a match against Burnley. Mukhailo Modric the bench. And now Sterling airball. Input. Modric be mo sa 5-7 minutes. Me sure Modric say as a Modric no about World Cup final. Man pass na attack no ko give the say hey and the players say na motie. Sometimes Xavi, some of the problems he creates them for himself.
That's very true.
Most of his problems now onya what team ni musisia. He created it for himself. Only there's a certain Aubameyang.
Yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
What must say? Fantastic
firing.
He should have taken him back. But I don't know the reasons I want Jenny back. Who strikers?
Oh, strikers.
So now, because of the injury crisis, Barca, we have only 2 forwards. More fitter. They are ready to play. And Ferran Torres and Joao Felix.
So they are there.
Yeah.
They will help.
My problem with the Joao Felix profile, the Enfa Ferran Torres into inching. Joao Felix profile, umani loader Enfa. Or person feel free behind the striker. You try his profile no Chelsea and Enfa. Umani loader Enfa. It makes the striker look like he's not competent. He likes to come behind the striker because he's not the main man. We've seen how he started the career at Barcelona. You say no man assist 3 goals. But then playing him as a lone man forward, it would not help the Barcelona profile. So sometimes I feel Xavi, some of the problems he created them for himself. You come from a transfer window, you should know your replacements. Let's look deep into this Joao Felix profile. Not just say Joao Felix hadn't moved from Atletico Madrid to Barcelona and can strike back.
Yeah.
So because the move from Atletico Madrid to Barcelona, we know that Joao Felix pushed the move through.
He pushed it in the last hour.
So let's say he didn't have Joao Felix. I can't striker back. And you can't play all these tournaments with one striker. It has been tested, tried, and approved. We all know this for a fact. Tournaments need also. One striker won't help your cause. So I feel that Xavi is also part to be blamed. Sometimes we like to talk the hierarchy in politics or football, but Xavi also can be. You went into the transfer window. We know, but no, you have to get what you want. There are players who are willingly would leave their club to come and play for Barcelona if Barcelona calls on them, without even taking a penny.
Yeah, that's the pulling power of your history and
of course. Club. And yes, a player like
Gundogan will never go.
Of course, will never leave Man City to come and play for Barcelona.
Frank Kessie will never leave AC Milan as a champion to play for FC Barcelona.
Or captain at the time.
At the time, he left.
Sometimes
the pride of wearing the Clue jersey, the Clue jersey.
I mean, we've heard in the past how players are drooling over the fact that they want to play for Barcelona. But some few years back, I said love to play for Barcelona. Because look at how they have handled their academy boys.
Yeah.
Ebi mukran in US or munye bimbo.
Yeah, Ricky Puig, one fantastic player of free Barca.
Or the Ansu Fati Brighton.
Yeah.
And also the Nibemu 70, 85.
So another point on that, FC Barcelona is one club, but we don't know how to sell players. So the problem with us is that even all Spanish clubs, Barca, from the roots and the origin at La Masia, you can't say you are in for FC Barcelona. So if you come from La Masia and say I'm far, I say not play and the career na heading. As if said there's no hope to play at somewhere. But school cry kona you be an area school no be lecturer na professor no be teacher. I say because kaya you.
What you say? I
say because I'm Roberts.
Maybe a police. Of course.
I say be a betis, betless,
betpreneurs.
So FC Barcelona problem they say if you are from La Masia, what banner say I'm far. Instead of them to project you like Ansu Fati, it got to a time Manchester City were ready to pay 90 million euros for Ansu Fati. It is a Barca say far. We have to add value to the player. Nanki any city are dealing 40 million cry pay. Nanku abefa by yanje. One painful midfielder I am a young from an embassy ne. Ricky Puig, Richard Pugmati.
Los Angeles.
MLS. So painful. He is pulling the string over the bar. Who will see him? He is playing the Major League Soccer. Let's put that thing aside. At La Masia, he was their captain. He captained Gavi. He captained Pedri. We make it look like a brand career now. And your tongue below 10 million euros. Emma LA Galaxy. Back Chelsea.
Or Spanish.
Or Spanish.
Back Chelsea. Say player no far. They know how to play him and rebrand him to sell him above 50 million euros. For Brighton, say player no or they know how to rebrand him and sell him above 50 million euros. But FC Barcelona, we don't know how to sell. So from La Masia, it is expected of you to excel in Barcelona. If you don't excel, as if the career is over.
It's over.
Look at Ansu Fati. He's fighting for minutes at Brighton and Hove Albion. Elias at Robertis, he's fighting for minutes.
And Koye
Abdi of Morocco, loan Okobo Osasuna. He came to Barcelona and far we make it look like that is the end for the young guys. Meanwhile, we need to make us a Barca problems, Barca crisis, managerial, the hierarchy, coach Xavi, FC Barcelona. We are struggling and we will continue to struggle.
Okay, Barcelona are struggling and they will continue to struggle. If there is any hope for the future, say Inter Miami and your playoffs and Koide. Aji quickly January no. Aji nkwa SILO because there are talks behind closed doors because
Messi wants to stay fit, so
Messi wants to stay fit until back to Barca. Oh, I bet fire. So if you're a Barcelona fan, if you go to bed just like your compatriot is saying, Alpha our moon train Elvis Ajimai, 12 o'clock or Bape, 1 hour Messi sticker. All the actual Alpha our no bonfire Sahara. This is some Messi Ajim and Imbra Barcelona. Some Messi Ajim.
But when somewhere somewhere, they are not helping the team.
Yebeka wants them later.
And that will be another topic for
fantastic episode here on VAR Sports Extra. Just like I told you, great intellect. Yes, when it comes to issues concerning football, it gets no bigger than this. We appreciate you all. Fantastic.
This is what we are born to do.
Definitely.
This is what we are doing to
Definitely. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you. Studios 2, Nyama Bebre, so keep it locked on here. Just like I tell you, don't forget. Subscribe. Miason, Nashe, Ejumedi, Ede, Bebre, Akesia Kra, Click on the notification button and tell a friend to help spread the gospel according to Studios 2 TV. I appreciate you all. Make a date with us. We'll continue to bring it to you, woto. Like I always tell you, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. Remember to be a blessing in someone's life. Stay blessed.
Breakthrough for Manchester City. One man's missile ball coming up with smiling.
Studios 2 TV. The truth is here in your eyes.